Yeah, Tai, how would you assess just your first couple years and how you've developed?
It's been a lot of learning, a lot of reps where, I just take reps, but just learning it through them. A lot of years where I'm just. Last year I had to go take underneath Taylor Upshaw. I learned a lot through him. Taught me a lot as an edge rusher, as a D lineman. So yeah.
You play both inside and out. When you were at Modern Day, did you play mostly D end, or did you get some experience at D tackle too?
I played both at Mater Dei, inside and outside. Yeah.
The difference between what you have to do as an interior guy versus an edge rusher.
Edge rusher, you get a lot more room to work. Inside is a lot of physicality, a lot of dirtiness, roughness.
And then what's the significance with your name, your first name?
Tai means leader. Yeah, my mom and my grandpa named me that. It means leader.
And growing up with your family, what was that like?
It's a lot of straight family time. I never really hung out with people outside of my family. Just straight barbecues, going outside, pool. Me and my little brother, best friends. We just do everything together. So
A lot of football games?
oh yeah,
Together.
football, baseball, basketball, everything.
How was that like going up against your cousin last year against Oregon State?
It was interesting. It was fun. It was cool to, see someone else with my last name back there, and it was cool to compete with them, share some plays.
And then Keanu, how have you progressed in your last year and a half with the program?
I wasn't a big contributor last year, but with just being on the sideline and being under Tyler Manoa and watching them boys play, and it really developed my skills.
Did the opportunity to play more, did that, get you to come back as opposed to hit the portal?
No, I don't know within regards to that, but it's just within my opportunity of just being here at the moment. And yeah, with the opportunity I have now and within the position I am in now, being a potential starter, it's really a blessing.
John, when was it last season that you started to get more involved in the mix?
So I redshirted. So I played. It was the UCLA game. That was my first game, like really playing, and then that was I think like the 8th game. So that's when I started to really get into the swing of things.
Did they tell you up front that that's kind of what they wanted to do and kind of redshirt you and see if they could get you into games later in the year?
Yeah, we already had planned it at the start of the season. So we already knew that I was going to play later in the games.
What's the benefit to being able to have the opportunity to play those games but not lose any eligibility for you?
Honestly, just learning, like he said, there was guys last year, Taylor Upshaw, Jeremy Mercer, just big time ends like that. Seeing those guys every day, how they go about their days, what they do to be great like they are. It was just learning from them and obviously learning from Tutty too. So I feel like it was a really good learning experience. So now it has me elevate my game a little bit.
Just in terms of how the game went, though, would you say Colorado was probably the game where you played significant snaps?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I played a lot of snaps that game.
Okay. And you and Sterling got in the mix
Yeah,
in that
for
game.
sure. Yeah, we
What was
did.
that experience like being thrown out into the fire in a close game?
Man, it was actually like a really fun experience to me. I didn't know it was gonna be thrown in when it was fourth quarter. It was a tie game, so it was a real critical moment. But they trusted in me, so I just had to do everything I could to make the tackles and stuff like that.
For any of you guys, Coach Joe was saying that he's kind of bringing a different mindset to the defensive line group, more of a go vertical, get up the field versus holding gaps. How would you describe what that's like and how it might be beneficial if you can execute it?
Yeah, he's essentially taking all the thinking out of the play. He just wants us to play football, get upfield, cause havoc. If you're gonna mess up behind the line of scrimmage. To at least cause havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, it just allows us to play our game. He wants us to elevate by not thinking as much and just obviously just going. You know what I mean? So that's just the biggest difference that I've seen.
I get a big question for any of you. With so many guys going to the portal, going to the NFL, a lot of people saying, having some concerns with the defensive line and the depth. For you guys, what's your message to people who may have some doubts about what you guys can do as a group?
Well, with the standing point, the group that we have now, day by day, we hats off to the offensive linemen. We just sharpen iron within regards of the defensive line with the offensive line, and just have fun, and create havoc, and create chemistry. Moving on to this new league.
What's it been like working with Trey Smith on the defense line? Just one of the new guys, and you've seen him get more reps over the last couple of days.
He's a good football player, good kid. He's awesome person. He works incredibly hard. He's very smart. Works, I love playing right next to him. He's a good kid.
How has he helped you guys adjust to the new coaching staff? Because he's obviously had experience with a lot of these guys at San Jose State.
He's definitely helped us understand some of the drill work, where Coach Joe's head is at. Definitely walked me through a bunch of stuff. Walked with us through a lot of the drills. So yeah.
As a Trinity League guy, what was it like going up against Speedy and Noah and T-Mac as high schoolers?
Those guys were tricky in high school, but I would say as the team that I was on modern day, we always got the best of them, but those guys always gave us a good shot, and it was always exciting to play against those big games. Those are probably the best part of high school.
During a time of uncertainty in January, what was the impact that was felt by the team when Noah and T-Mac decided to stick around?
Definitely a lot of reassurance. Together, this team, we're really tight together, and we're really close. So when we heard a lot of us are decided to stay, it was a good message to hear. So everybody wants to give it a shot, see where this thing's going to go.
What's it like been working with Cyrus Durham so far? Has he told you anything about, given that he has some sort of martial arts background, with any moves?
Cyrus, he's actually a really good dude. Me and him go back and forth in practice. Watch me, see what I can improve on, and I'll watch you. We just do that type of thing. He did tell me he had that type of background, so I was like, wow, that's crazy. And he told me that he uses it to his advantage on the field. So Cyrus is a really good dude, man. He kind of when he first got here, he reminded me of how I played last year too, wild and stuff like that. But he's a great player, and he's going to develop into something real good.
For all you, what do you guys think about the EA Sports and the college football video game and being in it?
Should be cool. Can't wait to put myself at linebacker, see what I can do. Let's hope they give me a fast speed overall, good pass rush overall, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a dream, man. I always dreamed of playing with myself in the game. So that's a really big opportunity. So it's just a blessing.
I just got to put the work in on the field first, and then see what's going to go on after that.
That's true.
And then you're a junior college guy. What was that experience like for you?
Man, it was truly one wall I had to walk through for sure. But it was a blessing. I'm very happy I went through it. It wasn't easy, but it was a good experience.
What's that grind like?
Unlike myself, Cyrus as well. Come from San Mateo. It was being hungry for every opportunity, every possession, every snap. And that's all it was.
Do you feel like transfer portal has kind of hurt junior college football in ways?
I wouldn't say so. I say it's an opportunity for them, because I know a couple boys from JUCO that is very high name, but they don't really get talked about.
And why do you think you went the JUCO route?
I didn't really have a opportunity out of high school, but when I took that route, I went through everything, and everything happens for a reason.
For any of you guys, to what extent is Coach Brennan involved in the defense out there in practice? More so than Coach Fish? About the same? Is he?
I'd say probably about the same. He's not really too involved with the defense from our perspective.
He always walks up to us on the D-line drills, sees how we're doing, talks it up, chops it up. Sometimes it's pretty cool.
What have been your just sort of first impressions of him as a coach, as a guy?
Very good man. Enjoyable person to talk to. Talk to him about anything. It's easy to talk to.
Yeah, he has open arms all the time. His door's always open. So whether if I need something or I need to talk to him, he's there for me, and obviously everyone else on the team.
A very loving person, very open arms for all of us.
Last question. Dominic, were you after Antonio Pierce at Long Beach Poly, right?
I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
What was that like playing at Poly?
Oh, man, I love it over there, man. All my boys, it's in a rough neighborhood. It's not in the best, best environment, but obviously coming out of a place like that, you got greats like Willie McGinnis, Juju Smith-Schuster, obviously Antonio Pierce. It just motivated me to, obviously, when I got here, try and up the rankings. So, we're here now, so ready to rock.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care.